Always U.S. choice Fry-Rich corned beef. You don't have to be Irish to enjoy Fry-Rich corned beef.
At A&P Food Emporium, Waldbaum's.
Here we are. The Queen of Avenues. The Queen of Avenues, Peter. The Big Apple is now the Big Shamrock. Beautiful. And it's pride and joy that reigns on our parade. Yeah. I think about you as we go back down through the years, and I don't want to embarrass you, but I think I speak for many, many people with worthy endeavors that have come to your place and asked for your assistance. And you weighed what was needed, and if it was possible, you were there. And I can say no more than that you're a very compassionate, caring, loving man. And it goes without saying, I will have to say for myself personally, I count myself very, very fortunate in being able to count you as my friend.
Thank you very much, Jack. God bless you.
We'll see you at the dinner tonight.
Thanks very much, Jack.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Right, Dave. Now just take it easy. We have a long night ahead of us.
Okay, swell. Thanks, Jack.
Easy does it. Thank you, Peter. Great little man. His deeds are unsung by many people, but those who know him are very much aware of the great good that he has done for causes throughout this area. Peter Duffy, my boyhood friend for 55 years. Hello, ladies. You look just darling. That's a handsome-looking coat you're wearing. Really, did you get it to keep you warm or to keep you quiet? She laughs at. How are you, sir? Good to see you. It's a great atmosphere. I'd be hard-pressed to recall the time when the weather was any better than it is here today. These are the people from Northern Aid on Fifth Avenue. And now, oh, look who just came by. Well, now, wait a minute. I have to do this. Now, Frank Cull, you have to know that the lady always comes between the two gentlemen. There you are. And if you think, Cull, that I was going to kiss you, you're crazy.
Rose between two thorns.
That's for sure. Claire Grimes of the Irish Echo.
I'm so
Please.
proud to be here today with that standing ovation at the cathedral and that presentation of Waterford by the Cardinal to you. I was moved to tears. Can you handle a little more Waterford? Can you handle another presentation on this, your very special 40th anniversary?
Jack, if I might read.
And yes, have the Irish Rover here, Frank.
In Gaelic, it says, good luck and good health. Jack McCarthy, 40th anniversary, WPIX TV. Coverage of the St. Patrick's Day Parade, New York City. The Irish Echo presentation, March 17th, 1988. And I'd like to add my own congratulations, Jack, for many more years.
For you and a little Waterford
and it
bowl.
will show you the lovely...
Oh, my.
I'll keep it on the side for you. I think you have a very busy table there, but we're very proud of you, Jack. And
tell me about the wall.
Oh, 60 years we're publishing come November.
How great.
And we hope to have an Irish Family Day of Remembrance and Thanksgiving next year when Ellis Island finally clears the ladders away and the museum, the only national museum for the American immigrant, will be open. And we're very excited about it. They have a wall of honor with plaques available for anyone who wishes to honor their immigrant. We are a nation of immigrants, and this is an opportunity to honor them.
May I call attention to the fact that you're going to have a supplement coming up in very short order?
We are going to have a supplement coming up next week, and the phones are ringing off the hook. Everyone wants to be a part of it. And why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Frank?
It's dedicated to John Joseph McCarthy on the occasion of his 40th anniversary.
Here,
Next
here.
week's Irish Echo, the entire issue with a special supplement.
That's very...
It's going to be a wonderful
Very moving.
edition. Well, everyone is calling up about it, and we're looking forward to it. Thanks for the opportunity of
Claire,
seeing you on this avenue. It's
You deserve it,
you're
Jack.
the quintessential
You really do.
Irishman, and that's as nice a thing as I can say.
I sit here and I wonder how much more of this I can take. That...
Oh, you can take a little more, Jack.
Yeah,
Go
well,
for it.
I know, but the experience of being in the cathedral this morning and being
I've
called
never
up
seen the likes
to
of
the
it.
high altar
Standing
and
ovation. For the Waterford presentation. I've never seen the likes of that. That was new to me. I was really moved to tears for you. So deserving, and I was very proud of you, as we all were.
Well, I'll say this. Right here on your left-hand side is not only a dear friend, but a tireless worker for things Irish.
Oh, I will know
He's
that.
some kind of a man.
I will know
and
that.
He's a little bit weak going to his left on the drive for the basket.
We won't hold that against him.
You better get home.
One last thing. We want to wish Chris Reed, the Shamrock Express, good luck tonight as he boxes in Madison Square Garden.
St. Patrick's
Day.
On St. Patrick's Day. Yeah.
Yes.
There was another fight on St. Patrick's Day for the light heavyweight championship of the world.
Those, Jack.
No, this was in Dublin.
Siki.
Yeah,
Mike
Frank
McTeague.
McTeague and battling Siki,
Yep.
and Mike won the title.
Yeah,
All right,
that's it.
thank you,
Quite a day,
Claire.
quite a day.
Let me.
Blessings
God
on you,
love you.
Jack. Blessings on
Good.
you.
Thank you. Now, we'll be back in just a moment.
Isn't my hair marvelous? Peter did it, you know.
Didn't we meet at Cannes last year? Or was it Bora Bora?
So let's talk about you, darling. What do you think of my dress?
Well, Ross said, let's go to Mick's house.
Both my Ferraris are in the shop. I hate that.
I see modeling as a stepping stone.
Sure.
But what I really want to do is direct.
Oh, you're right. Hi.
If it's out there, it's in here. The 9X Yellow Pages. Why would anyone need another?
The greatest city in the world. What better place for a university? A university with a distinguished alumni, which includes the governors of New York and California. A university with a history of success and a tradition of opportunity. It's the least expensive private university in New York State and the largest Catholic university in the country. Yes, the city is New York, and the university is St. John's.
Forms, questions, long lines. They've stopped some people from obtaining a learner's permit, but not at Taggart's, the driving school people. Don't delay any longer. Call Taggart's today and let them help you obtain that learner's permit. Our friendly telephone receptionists are ready right now to give you information about Taggart's free permit class. We should be able to help you obtain your learner's permit in as little as 24 hours. Call Taggart's now at 212-962-0202. That's 962-0202.
The young ladies from Cardinal Doherty. We now have to look over. I think it'd be a good time for us to have a chat with the chairman of the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee, Francis Byrne. He has been working tirelessly, and he has moved this parade along in the right direction with the help of the Knights of St. Patrick, and they will be felt. Their approach to the parade will be felt more and more as we go along. Now I have somebody over in that general area asking if we can have the chairman put in an appearance, and we'll just hold long enough. I'm trying to adjust my glasses here, and Francis Byrne is still moving along, having a little bit of difficulty getting out of the official reviewing stand. St. Vincent's Hospital, School of Nursing. I think, well, what can I say? It's St. Patrick's Day, and for 40 years seems to pale into insignificance. What has happened to me this day is totally beyond the scope of my comprehension. To be asked to ascend the high altar of St. Patrick's and listen to His Eminence. Maureen and Sharon Doherty, mother and sister of Joe Doherty, and to whom this parade is dedicated in part. And young ladies, thank you for coming by. This is mother and sister, is that correct?
That's right.
Thank you for coming by.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
do you have any particular thought that you'd like to express?
Well, I arrived in this country 2 weeks ago to visit my son, and attended the parade today. I met Cardinal O'Connor, and in fact I attended the Mass this morning in St. Patrick's Cathedral. O'Connor spoke of Joe and the injustice that has been done to him, and he also said to me that he would go in next week sometime to see Joe again.
Good.
It's a great honour to be here, and I would like to thank everyone who cares for Joe and so dedicated to him.
And I want to thank you, my dear lady,
Thank
for
you
coming
very
by.
much. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Well, oh, the first time this afternoon, McNamara's band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was beginning to wonder if we had cut it out completely, but it's rather welcome. But in years gone by, it seemed like everybody coming up played McNamara's band, but right now today it's
Jack,
McCarthy's.
he made
Yes.
up a list of tunes suggested for the different bands to play on March the 17th.
Right.
Because in the past years they played different tunes that were not Irish tunes, and they played the same tune every band passing St. Patrick's Cathedral. So now we have a little more diversification. Well, there's great heat here.
Well, I'll tell you, this was this is great.
Gift. After 40 years, we finally got something.
Yes, well, this is the result of James Patrick Moriarty coming to the rescue.
Yes.
He's built this whole stand here, and the heater, and the stand, the lectern, so that we're comfortable as opposed to last year. Do you recall last year how we were all pushed in together, and here we have all the room in the world.
All the room in the world.
All right, the parade has passed by now for, let's see, roughly speaking. I want to make sure. Well, a little bit more than 2 hours. We have a long time to go. What is your feeling, and what have you seen that impresses you, and where do you think we'll go from here?
I'm very impressed with the parade. It's moving a little slower than last year. The Mass in St. Patrick's Cathedral was wonderful, and John O'Connor gave a lovely sermon and spoke on the problems facing the Irish here in America. He covered the illegal aliens that are here and asked everyone to work to get immigration reform through Congress. He spoke on the problems they had in North East Ireland yesterday. As you know, Jack, there was 3 people murdered in Gibraltar. They're burying them yesterday. And it's a sad day when the Irish cannot bury their dead in peace. There are 3 people killed, there's over 60 injured, and 4 of them are serious, and 1 of them is an American. And we all have to work for peace and justice in North East Ireland. The other thing was the one that has come up is Joe Doherty. As you know, he's in prison for the last 5 years, and we're going to try to see if we can get him released as a free man to walk the streets in New York.
Good. I hope you're successful.
I want to congratulate you for your 40 years of service here, and it was very nice to see you presented with Waterford Crystal and St. Patrick's Cathedral this morning.
Mr. Chairman, that was the most, well, I can hardly put it into words, but to state it simply, the most moving experience I have had in a lifetime, to stand next to His Eminence and hear him say the words he spoke.
John O'Connor is a wonderful man and very much involved in everything that happens in and around New York, not just the Catholic Church. And he's very hurt over what happened just in Ireland, and he wants to get a group to have a pilgrimage to Knock.
I talked about
for
that.
Peace and for unity, and prayer for peace, and to bring the different groups together to solve the problems there. And my honest feeling is there'll never be peace in Ireland until the British government leaves Ireland and leave it to the Irish people to solve their own problems.
Now, I want to thank you.
Thank
it has
you,
been working with you this year, as last year has been a joy. Liam Murphy has been giving me invaluable assistance over the months. And just to be part of this and to come out on Fifth Avenue and know that this parade is going to grow in stature.
It's going to grow. We have done a lot of new things each year, and it's improving year by year. The big improvement is getting it started a half an hour earlier. That's finished early in the day. And we had the Irish and American national anthem sung after Mass. That's something
I was
new.
there.
And there's an Irish flag flying in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral for the first time. So those are all little things that we're aiming at to improve the parade. And of course, you know, the first time in the 227 years we had a book on the history of the parade written by John Ridge. And
I'm glad
very
you mentioned that, because early on in the parade, I called the attention of our audience to this.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and said to them very simply, if you are Irish or Irish American and you're interested in this parade, this is the book to have. And I met John T. Ridge, and I said...
He's a wonderful man,
yeah,
and they're starting on a second book now that John Kilcannon's working on, to bring in each banner of the parade and have it on in print.
Well, now let's get back to the parade.
Right, okay.
And I want to thank you for coming by to say hello.
Good.
God bless. Cardinal Hayes High School. Many years ago, when it was first founded, there are people that are moving up here. They're trying to decide which way to go. And this would be Peter King. And all right, Peter, wait just a moment. We'll get the flavor of this band from Cardinal Hayes. Yep, thank you very much, Peter. And I can never remember conditions being better than they are right now. This is Peter King from Queens County. And Peter, your thoughts on this St. Patrick's Day? You've been over to Ireland and more than once. Wait, just one moment. I have to do this. Here on Fifth Avenue, on St. Patrick's Day, I am a reporter, reporting this parade over WPIX. And as such, I do not condemn nor do I condone the political philosophy of any person, persons, or organization marching in this parade. I am a reporter, and you have a right to speak. And now I'd like to know what thoughts you have in mind.
Thank you very much, Jack. I appreciate that. First of all, congratulations to you on your 40th anniversary. It's great to have you here in New York City with us. Quite frankly, the situation in Ireland is tragic, Jack. I was there last month. The bombings yesterday in the graveyard were an absolute travesty. I believe there was collusion by the British government. One of the men killed was a friend of mine. I think it's an absolute disgrace, and I think that we here in New York, enjoying St. Patrick's Day, should just take the time out to realize that our brothers and sisters are suffering in the north of Ireland, and the British government is the cause of that suffering.
A point that you wanted to make, and undoubtedly with people out there, a point well taken.
Thank you very much.
And you are
Jack.
mindful, of course, that I am just a reporter.
Jack, I understand that fully, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to give my views.
That's the way it should be.
Right. Thank you, Jack. You're a good reporter and a great person. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jack.
Now, oh yes, I've been waiting for the appearance of Peter Duffy and Mr. King here, the Queen of Avenues, and the sun shining, and shining even better because coming up onto the platform here, a dear friend, and we'll be with him in just a moment. We'll be back.
Introducing the Ultimate Warrior. The G.I. Joe Super Trooper. There's only one way to get him. Send 4 Super Trooper certificates and a $1 handling charge. See details on specially marked packages for your Super Trooper, the Ultimate Warrior.
Nobody beats G.I. Joe, a real American hero.
You start out with an empty toolbox. You work alongside a professional mechanic. As you learn to use each tool, it goes in your toolbox. In 6 months, when you've earned your certificate, we recommend you for a job, and the tools are yours. That's how we teach air conditioning and refrigeration mechanics at Apex Tech. We have thousands of graduates out earning good money in this very good trade. How about you? Find out how much financial assistance towards your training you may be entitled to from the government. Now, I can't call you. Get up and call us now, 645-3300.
Ready for some rock and roll, lads? Wacky, wild, Kool-Aid style. Wacky, wild. Kool-Aid style.
Kool-Aid soft drinks.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel it, the pride and the joy expressed by the people viewing the parade and the marchers. I go back now to Monsignor Farrell down in Staten Island a number of years back, and I wanted to find information concerning the school. And I had the great good fortune to meet for the first time then Father Finn. And now here we are, Monsignor Finn, head of communications of the Archdiocese. Welcome.
Thank you, Jack, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your 40 years.
Well, I'll tell you, that experience I had in the cathedral was the most moving thing that ever happened to me in a lifetime.
It certainly was very moving for everyone who was there, Jack. And I think all of New York and everyone watching this telecast is very, very happy for you. But it's only just begun. It's only 40.
Now, wait. I'd like to, for the moment, have a thought expressed concerning His Eminence. Now, we were talking last week about border babies.
Yes, one of the great works of Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of New York, of course, is the work that they have been doing at the request, really, of the city and His Excellency the Mayor, when it became known that there were so many babies that were in hospitals, sort of abandoned. Border babies, they were termed. And the Cardinal, when he learned about it, said, well, whatever the number, whoever they are, we'll take them and we'll do what we can to care for them. Well, in that past year and a half or so, Jack, some 252 border babies have passed through our agencies, 2 of them having adopted Lincoln Hospital, for instance, and all of them are being cared for and placed in foster care homes or relocated with their own families. And that would include even those that, unfortunately, might be victims of AIDS or the ARC complex that goes with it. And it's quite an effort.
I wonder, really, how His Eminence can find the time to participate in all these endeavors.
I wonder about it, too. I really don't have the answer to that, but I suppose you want to get something done, you ask a man who's busy to do it, and it gets done.
And he does it.
He does indeed, yes.
And I will always remember when my dear wife passed away, he took the time to call me on the telephone and express his sorrow. And sent me a letter.
Well, it's been a very tough year for you, and of course, you have a very special part in the history of the church and the history of New York. And if I may add some personal congratulations, I know that you were presented with a beautiful water-fed crystal dish this morning with St. Patrick's Cathedral inscribed on it. And I also know that His Eminence spoke of St. Patrick as a man of faith, a man of courage, and indeed a man of perseverance. And you certainly have evidenced that in your own life, personally and professionally, here on Channel 11, WPIX. And I thought, on behalf of Sister Irene Fugazi, a good friend at ITV,
oh, how true.
Jerry Costello and Ann Buckley at Catholic New York, Joe Zwilling, Tanya Rios, and myself at the Office of Communications, it might be fitting for you to have a little St. Patrick to go along with it, to remind you of that courage and faith and perseverance, and seriously to wish you, on behalf of all of us, and I think all of your viewers, many, many more years of doing this. Don't give up. We need you.
Thank you very, very much.
God bless you, Jack.
God bless you. Yes, St. Patrick, our patron saint and the patron saint of the Archdiocese. Thank you for coming by. And would there be a possibility of seeing you at Bill Shea's to-do tonight?
I think I might just manage to be there, yes.
Good. I'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Good, Jack. Take care now.
God bless.
Have a good day.
The parents and students of Irish dancing. Now here is one of the highlights of this parade. The youngsters, and then beyond, in the second line, they are just the most delightful thing. Their feet hardly touching the pavement. Look. Oh, yes. No music. A cappella. Remember it? Hear it? Yes. But now wait, there's something that's going to happen here in very short order. I just hope that, here we come. Here we come. Now, are we ready, little fellas? Little girls? Oh, you mean there. there. That's it, skipping your way and dancing your way. And I was thinking just the other night, what a wonderful thing it is that we now have VCRs, because their parents or friends can capture the dancing on Fifth Avenue on a VCR, and who knows, 15, 20, 30 years ago, later, they can say, I want to show you what it was like the afternoon I danced a jig on the Queen of Avenues during the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Isn't that a great touch, Paul?
Oh, beautiful. Jack, you know your lipstick from Maureen O'Hara is still on your cheek. I don't think you'll ever wash that off, will you?
No, don't touch it, Paul. Well, you know, like go down to the dinner tonight and Shay will come over. I said, don't touch it. I said, Maureen O'Hara kissed me there. All right, a great friend, yes. I would be remiss if I let this pass. James J. Comerford, he was 20 years the chairman of the parade committee. He's watching today from a bed in Our Lady of Mercy Hospital. Jim, you made it happen for many years up here. And watching with Jim is his old Chief Lieutenant, Joe Garrahy. Joe, get well. Yes, we spent many an hour together on this parade and the formation of the same. And now you have your heir apparent, or your heir, really, Frank Byrne, following in your footsteps and doing a great job. This is Cathedral High School in Manhattan, and they do make a handsome picture. Well, it's only been 2.5 hours. Oh, yes. Okay. How good. Just fine. Well, listen to that. That's Tooraloo-Laurel. Fifth Avenue and the 1988 edition of the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And standing by my side, a man who will treasure this day for as long as he lives. William Bill Burke, the Bank of Ireland. Bill, what can I say other than it's an unforgettable day in your life?
It certainly is. It's so great to be the Grand Marshal. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of the Irish people, all the accomplishments we have done in this country. We're just having a great day today, and the people and the marchers are absolutely great.
Tempered somewhat because of what transpired over
Oh,
Ireland.
yes, you know, with the violence in Northern Ireland, and certainly last night with the bombing of innocent people at a funeral, tempered a little bit. You know, we're all depressed over it. However, the parade goes on. It has gone on for 227 years, and hopefully, with the prayers that have been offered in Ireland and the prayers being offered by the Pope and us in the Irish-American community, hopefully peace will come to Northern Ireland soon.
I understand there are a number of people from Sligo coming over here to march in the parade today.
Yes, we have the Myla Tubbercurry Marching Band. It's a grammar school. The kids are aged 8 to 12, and they're absolutely fantastic musicians and fantastic marchers.
Well, the thing that impressed me, how did they get here? By saving money and by selling turf.
That's it, yeah.
Isn't that a great thing?
What happened was the following. It's a very small village.
Yes.
And obviously the people don't have that type of money to travel to America. The kids don't have that type of money. So they went out and did some fundraising. And part of the fundraising was going to various concerts and providing music. But on top of that, they start to cut turf and save turf and sell it to the local farmers. And it worked beautifully for them.
Great.
Isn't it a great story?
Yeah, that's what makes it all.
And the kids are so cute, you know, at age 8 to 12, they're really great. And they're all out here, and I'm so proud of them. My mother, by the way, went to that school in Myla. And she did in 1913. And she's passed away many years ago. But they came and they gave me the original entry in the registry.
Would you do me a favor? I don't mean to put you on. Would you remove your hat just for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we can see
now
full
you can
face.
see my curls.
There you are. But now I make this comparison. Every time I see Bill at a function and he turns his head a certain way, he reminds me of the immortal Irish tenor, John McCarthy.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that to me, and some people have said I look like Noel Kingston, by the way. But I obviously look like a lot of Irish people.
Well, you know, if you look down this Fifth Avenue or through the stands this afternoon, I think it'd be safe to say, in large measure, everybody looks like us.
Everybody looks Irish today. And by the way, I got my family here from Tubbercurry. I got 3 brothers here from Tubbercurry.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them, by the way, it's a very small town. So 2 of them own gas stations. So if you come into Tubbercurry, you got to buy gas from us. We're on each side of the town. And if you don't buy gas from us, you got to buy milk from us because my brother's a big farmer there.
Well, that's a pretty good commercial. That's
my son on the screen, by the way.
Oh, that's you. What a handsome-looking kid.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back.
Thank you very much, Jack.
Don't go away.
Okay,
we have
great.
much to talk about
Great.
here.
Absolutely.
All right?
Great.
New fairy tale. Once upon a rainbow tree, a fairy gave these lovely birds happy ending fantasies. Now fairy tales are warm to touch with fuzzy tummies you love so much. Fuzzy tummies, friends from the start. Fairy tales with big warm hearts. Fuzzy tummies, new fairy tales, fuzzy tummies, sold separately from Hasbro.
Another Tycho Superblocks adventure. You've got to capture the enemy command post. Looks like a job for Tycho Superblocks. You have to strike hard, so you build the combat tank, the half-track, the mauler, and the rocket launcher. You send in your fast attack vehicle, then the attack chopper for support. You break through, you've won, and you've done it. Another great adventure with Superblocks. They work with Lego, too. Tycho Superblocks, Military Adventure Series, 10 building sets, each sold separately. New from Tycho.
Look out! It's Spinosaurus! Roar! We've got play school dinosaurs. They're big and strong and tough. Spines and teeth and tails. Jaws and horns and sails. We can play with them real rough.
Now Play School's got 7 new realer, scarier dinosaurs. And new cavesters, too. Play School's definitely dinosaurs. Each comes with a dinosaur book.
Play school dinosaurs. They're big and strong and tough. We can play with them real rough. Ah, scared you, didn't I?
The Queen of Avenues, the Big Apple, the Big Shamrock, and I don't have to tell you, you can feel it coming through your speaker, the joy and the pride of the people marching in the parade, and today, heightened by the appearance of today's Grand Marshal, William Bill Burke, and certainly a day that you shall never forget.
I certainly won't. It was the greatest march I ever did in my life. I've been marching here for 25 years, but when you lead the parade, believe me, it's a lot different. It's fabulous.
What were your feelings as you came up to the cathedral?
Basically being very proud of being Irish, very proud of John Cardinal O'Connor, very proud of the sermon he gave in St. Patrick's Cathedral this morning, in which he said he was very concerned about Northern Ireland, and that's what we want to hear. Get that message back to the Irish people, that we really want to sit down and start talking peace seriously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jack, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
You know, you could take another turn up Fifth Avenue for a bow, and the wind would be right at your back.
It sure would.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Hey, 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 hey. I guess you are aware of a few things that have been transpiring during the progress of this parade. From time to time, we're a little bit out of sync, and we catch up. This is the Brick Township Band, and from New Jersey. And oh my, look at the twirlers. Paul Dillon, look at the twirlers. Yes, indeed. What beautiful, beautiful ladies. Yeah. There. Oh, yes. Come here, Paul. Look at these young people. Look at that. Huh? Oh, yeah. Blondes, brunettes. Here, I'm looking over.
To be younger.
You bet. I'm gone, alas, like my youth, too soon. Oh, my.
Marshall's a striking-looking man, isn't he?
He sure enough is. And those girls are pretty striking-looking, too.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I get, what is that, memories? Where is she?
She's right down here, Jack.
Yeah. Where are you? There. Come right up here. This. I've been waiting. Oh, what she did to me. Oh, let me have this. Oh, well. Oh, well, what you did to me last year.
Congratulations.
Oh, I read it from sight.
Jack, you have so many medals and honors today, but it is a magnificent day for you. And I was at the cathedral when you got the standing ovation. And I just want to say I've been watching you since I was a little girl.
You're dating me.
I'm dating myself. But, Jack, I am very privileged to grant you the President's Medal of Malloy College, Rockwell Center, Long Island.
Right.
Not just for all your 40 years of televiewing, but also for everything that you are. You really stand for so much for the Irish American people. And God bless you, and many more years. This is your little citation, but here's your medal. Can I get it around there,
sure.
Jack?
My head isn't that big. There. Now,
and my grandmother's a McCarthy.
All right, now, before you leave me,
yes,
I want you to repeat words of that toast that you so skillfully passed my way. Yes. Please.
God bless those who love us.
And those who don't love us,
may God turn their
hearts to love us. And if he doesn't succeed in doing that, may he turn their ankles so that we'll recognize them by their limping.
Now that is a tender message of a toast.
You said it was a venial sin.
I know what she did when I read it. I read it from sight, and I practically fell off the stand. God love you.
I know you did. God bless you, Jack. Many more years.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Sister, thank you very much for coming by.
I marched in this when I was a kid, 10 years old.
My goodness. Paul. Well, she's a great lady.
Isn't she? Lovely.
You were here last year when she handed me that toast.
Yeah.
And
did you read it again? I couldn't hear.
No, I asked her to recite it. Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah. It just
That's
rocked
priceless.
me. Sure it is. I have a whole bunch of toasts, but because, as I said, things have been, from time to time, getting out of line, we have to stay with this. And I hope the viewers out there appreciate the fact that when we are having interviews, we do not leave the parade, that we have this box up in the right-hand corner. So we're trying our best to cover everything. And from time to time, I think you'll allow that it's a little bit difficult.
Yes, but I think it's nice that way because the people at home can look for their loved ones marching.
Mm-hmm. This is
Marist
College. How are you? Good. I know. You're doing pretty good there. You're doing very well. And they're
That's
pipers.
a fine pipe band.
Yes, they are. I mean, they're uniformly good. I mean, good sound, solid sound.
All that walking, and it takes a lot of wind power to fill up those pipes.
What are you trying to say, Paul? I mean, all that walking, you walked about 2 blocks and suddenly you're tired. I take a great deal of pride in the accomplishments of my friends. I should tell you here that Paul Dillon's son is Matt Dillon of film fame. And then there's the 2 other sons, Paul and Kevin.
Kevin is also
fine.
An actor.
Yeah, now let's try to keep that up to about 10 seconds, and then we'll turn on to something else. All right?
Okay.
Good. St. Joseph's College, Gaelic Society, Brooklyn, New York. But, sister, I try to find...
Did you tell the people that your fur coat got singed?
No, I didn't. We'll be back right after this.
They call him the quiet man. They call her a wild Irish rose.
You keep away from my sister Mary Kate.
I said good morning to her.
Put them together and sparks fly.
Don't touch me.
John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara team up for a real Irish treat.
Do you hear that, everybody?
Don't miss John Ford's award-winning St. Patty's Day classic, The Quiet Man. Tonight at 8 on Channel 11.
Some banks give you hundreds of locations where you can get cash. Citibank gives you hundreds of locations where you can get banking. Not just cash, real banking. Make deposits and loan payments, transfer money between accounts, even pay Citibank Visa and MasterCard bills. 55 different transactions at hundreds of locations, 24 hours a day. Where you live, where you work, or both. Citibank, when, where, and how to succeed.
Next. Open your bag.
Oh, that's just it. I wouldn't open that if I were you. That's Irish Spring. It brings more shower to your shower. You see, it has a fresh, light fragrance and soothing skin conditioner. It refreshes you like never before.
Next.
Bring more shower to your shower with all-refreshing Irish Spring.
Back on the avenue. My, what beautiful white hair you have, Mary Holtmore.
Oh, now, Jack, aren't we a great duo?
Really? I mean, I passed by a number of years back. I've been like this for a long time. And the woman came up and said, do you mind if I ask you, what are you putting on your hair that makes it look so gray? I said, years.
Yeah.
Well, we've been around a little while, haven't we?
That's like me with my youngest 18. I have 8 of them, you know, and we have been around.
Great.
8 children, yes.
And a Gaelic scholar, as
all
you...
Gaelic, yes.
Good
All
deed.
with the Gaelic League. We're very proud of our language.
Will you do me a favor?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to say something in English and you translate it into Gaelic. God keep the heart of you clean.
The Lord keep the heart of you. Ahirna. Keep the Krieg Land.
All right.
Ahirna. Krieg Land.
May you be in heaven.
May you be in... it's in storm, yes.
A half hour.
And la uur.
Before the devil knows you're dead. Well, you know, time passes by.
I say to you, Bannockty, na law fail aparic or rivglier.
Freely translated meaning?
Blessings of St. Patrick's Day on you all.
Wonderful. Any particular thought you'd like to express this afternoon?
Well, I would like people out there to know that we have one of the most beautiful languages in the world, and we are surviving, and the Gaelic League here in New York has been teaching it for over 120 years. We have classes every week in Irish history, and Gaelic dancing, no fees. My mother always said one thing, Jack. She said, if it's only one word of Irish, part of an Irish soul, that England can never touch.
How beautifully stated.
Thank you.
How beautiful. Give me a kiss and be on your way. God love you.
God bless you for all the years you've given us, all the good years you've given us.
Lovely lady.
Thanks.
On down the avenue. And we'll return right after this.
Moment we first saw him, he had squabbles in his hands. Squabbles, square marbles. Well, he sure could make them dance. He's a squabble sharpshooter. Impossible but true. Squabble sharpshooter. Look what he can do. Checking the angle, breaking the back. With all 6 shooters, he knew how to attack. Sharpshooter. You can be one too. Be the squabble sharpshooter. Imagining you and me together eating golden grams so happily. That crispy graham and honey taste was meant to be so happy together. Let that golden honey and graham cracker taste of golden grams. It's a part of your complete breakfast, those golden grams.
My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. And someday for my sake she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose.
St. Paddy's Day, celebrate with the only American beer that's also brewed and bottled in Ireland, Budweiser.
The Marlborough Fife, Drum, and Bugle Corps. Look at the little fellow on the left. Huh? What a treasure. He'll have a memory. Most of these young people will have. Say, she does that surpassingly well. This is the Colonel John Chester Fife and Drum Corps from Wethersfield, Connecticut. And listen to this. It's a good sound. This is the Windsor Fife and Drum Corps from Windsor, Connecticut. A larger fife and drum corps following one. A band with just a few, but nevertheless, we know where their hearts, and we salute them. Revolutionary touch here. Yankee Doodle. The National Board of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, and followed by Our Lady of Peace School from Lynbrook, New York. This is their moment in the sun, and the sun has been beaming down all through the day. Just right for a march. Well, now, I have not made mention of this, but since early this afternoon, or this morning, a young man, I refer to him as a Mediterranean Irishman. His name is John Albanese, and he lives close by. Family do have a restaurant, and he's also a photographer. And since, as I mentioned, this morning up until the present moment, he's been taking pictures of this parade. And, oh, John, I don't want to miss this. This is the Middletown, USA Marching Band. They come from 4 different schools, 2 in New Jersey, 1 in Pennsylvania, and 1 in Middletown, New York. It's called Middletown, USA. I am not going to say anything. I just want you to drink in the picture and hear the sound of this magnificent musical aggregation. Here now. Massed bands. Middletown, Delaware. Middletown, New Jersey. Listen. Now, huh? Isn't that magnificent? Mass bands from Middletown schools, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and New York. Oh, by the way, they rehearsed out at Giant Stadium. The Maras made their beautiful plant out there available so that they could get their act in order. Now, the Ancient Order of Hibernians. And how long have we been on the air here? My gosh, I can't believe this. It's almost 3 hours. And it seems like it's just a half hour. And this young fellow here has been taking the pictures. Whether we see him on camera or not, maybe we will. John, what do you think of this parade today?
Well, Jack, it's wonderful, and I'm very
proud and happy to be here with you, sharing this 40th year with you. And I'm also very proud and pleased to be your friend and neighbor.
Great little town, Eastchester.
Wonderful little town. And it's great to be here with you, that's for sure. And on behalf of the entire Albany's family, we want to wish you the best of luck in the years to come.
Thank you very much, John. Pick up that camera and go to work. Yes. Breeze is picking up. I would most certainly be remiss if I did not. I wonder if I have enough lead around here. Paul, would you hold your hand on this page here? I guess you'd say the last of the first team, and that should do it. Here we are. You can stop engineering for a while, mister. Here, right here, one of the nicest, most dedicated people I have ever come across in all my life, Giulio Castabile. And we have shared many a parade together, have we not?
Jack, it's a pleasure to be with you. I love you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I'm with you all the time.
Well, that's a very big statement you just made. You love me more than Pedro Ramos?
Yes, I
Minnie
do.
Minoso?
Yes, I do.
Manny Mota?
Yes, I do.
I always thought that I came in around 10th with those people. This is, we had hour after hour, a rabid Yankee baseball fan.
Yes, I am.
All he talks is Yankee, 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 good years or bad years. And then, of course, the parade, and we have covered the Kennedy assassinations, the Cardinals, funeral, and Martin Luther King down through the years. And with your help, I was able to get by.
Oh, I still love you. You made me very happy and very proud to be in WPIX.
Thank you, pal.
You're welcome. And God bless you.
God bless you. I didn't mean to take him away from his post. I didn't, I know that, but no, I have to recognize him. We have had, over the years, good weather. We have had bad weather, snow we've had, yes, and rain. During the time of Paul O'Dwyer, at the conclusion of the parade, I looked into the official reviewing stand. 3 people remained. Paul O'Dwyer and 2 of his aides, and the rain kept pouring down. But they were there. They stayed the course until the finish. It was nice of Congressman Gilman to come by as he did. Congressional record, singular honor. Speaking of congressmen, in the year, I have to make sure I have the year right. In 1853, it's quite a ways back, New York elected to Congress the one and the only Michael Walsh. Remember that name, because he was an inveterate foe of privilege, and he served the cause of the common man with distinction, and he also served a couple of times for libel. But he spoke in Congress for the minimum wage, and he fought the waste of public funds and the extension of slavery. However, it was not until Michael died and was buried in Greenwood Cemetery in Brooklyn that a startling discovery was made. Congressman Walsh had never found time to become a United States citizen. We'll be back.
Meet the Pretenders. We're a bunch of cats who'll do anything to get out of this pet shop, even dress up like other animals. So if you see us in your neighborhood and you find out we're not what you think we are... You're such a cute mouse. You're purring. Hey, you're a cat. Don't tell, okay? Don't worry, it'll be our secret.
The Pretenders from Fisher-Price. Squeeze them and they really purr.
One day, Rice Krispies stopped talking.
Where are Snap, Crackle, and Pop?
Because cereal should be eaten, not heard.
What now?
Let's crackle!
And so the talking part of this complete breakfast returned.
They're talking. Breakfast doesn't sound good without them.
Only you know the secret of magic card tricks.
This'll be easy. It's a 3. Wrong. All right, you got 'em.
Magic card tricks, one free in Rice Krispies.
Up and hills, down and dales, as we hit the dusty trail, army ants we go marching along. We are bad, we are boss, we've got guts that swish and squash, army ants we go marching along. Army ants. Then it's high, high, he for the artillery. Shout out your orders loud and strong. Grab the egg! For where'er we go, you will always know, army ants we go marching along. Army ants. Sold in squadrons of 3 and 8 from Hasbro.
Are you listening? We're on the Queen of Avenues, and this is the no doubt world-renowned St. Patrick's Day Parade. And the parade early this afternoon dedicated to one of the real great American Irishmen of my lifetime, Joseph Timothy Patrick Sullivan. I could talk for hours about the time that he has spent with me and telling me, drawing from his vast experience about our people from the time of their arrival in this town of ours up to the present moment, through good times and bad. He was on the scene. I say this because Joseph Timothy Patrick Sullivan is 92 years young, and he is just as sharp as the day that he was in receipt of his law degree from Yale University. Joe, well, we've had our ups and downs. He's a little bit irascible, as I have been known to be from time to time. And just coming by at the moment is the national president of the Ancient Order of Hibernians. Thank you very much, Nick. How are you?
Thank you, Jack.
And I have a tie just like that at home. The American flag and the Irish flag.
Very nice.
Isn't it a glorious day for St. Patrick's Day Parade?
Day, Jack. And I want to congratulate you on your 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
Tremendous achievement and many more.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, a couple of years. You've seen many changes over the years.
I most certainly have. The parade and the marchers and...
But today seems to be a tremendous turnout.
It is. Yeah, it's perfect for that. And I'm hopeful that we'll see quite a few of the counties before we sign this program off this afternoon.
I think it's beginning to move up now pretty good. But I haven't seen crowds like this for several years.
Well, the weather is perfect for a parade.
It's very conducive today. Very conducive today. But it's been a great day, and we had a great homily this morning in the cathedral. And,
yes, that was a
tremendous job.
The most moving experience of my entire life, to be called up to the altar.
I think it was great, and well deserved.
Well, it's nice of you to say that.
Well deserved.
But you know who made all that possible? The station for which I've worked down through the years, WPIX, and its president, Levitt Pope.
They have.
And
they have been great to us.
They have. I'm the first to tell you. You know, here you have 4 hours of broadcast time, and please, I'm now speaking from the heart and for the station. It doesn't cost you guys a cent.
That's right, and we appreciate it very much.
Well, it's our way.
And your time and contributions over the years couldn't be done without you, Jack. Couldn't have been done without you.
Well, it's nice of you to say that, but I believe nobody is irreplaceable.
Well, some people are.
Well, if you happen to think so, I'll not debate the point.
Good luck, Jack.
Thank you, Nick, very much.
Appreciate it.
Fine man, National President of the Ancient Order of Hibernians. The Tara Pipe Band from Massapequa Park, Long Island. The men wearing their green tams. I have one of 2 of those at home, one with a streamer down the back. Makes me look very rakish. You look rakish, Jack. Yeah. See the flags fluttering in the wind. The wind is starting to shift around a little bit now. And I imagine before this day is out, carrying those huge flags and the county banners is going to become a little bit difficult. Mark my words. Oh, yes, St. Patrick's Day, starting in 1766 with militiamen moving down to have a breakfast at a tavern at that time, and then deciding that they'd form ranks and march, military bearing, and the St. Patrick's Day parade was born. And it moved all over this great big city of ours down through the years before settling on this, the Queen of Avenues. And it's fitting because the seat of the Archdiocese is St. Patrick's Cathedral, and our Cardinal John Cardinal O'Connor is reviewing the parade at this moment down on the steps of the cathedral, and he will be there until the last marcher passes by. And as Monsignor Finn stated, he just seems to find the time to do things that would puzzle the ordinary person. He's a most extraordinary human being, John Cardinal O'Connor. A beautiful vase. That's Waterford glass, and Paul, I just happened to turn over and look at the vase there with the shamrocks, and gorgeous looking thing, isn't it? I'm going to hold it up. Julio.
Is that Waterford crystal?
Yes, it is.
Waterford?
Uh-huh. It's right on it. And a bowl full of shamrocks in a beautiful piece of Waterford crystal.
That's beautiful.
It is. That's something to treasure.
Shamrocks here.
I have them here.
Kind of dried up.
Well, you know, I've been hustling here and about. But that's glorious. Just glorious. Well, let's make sure that we hold everything together by the time it's...
We're going to need a van to cart all this stuff home, all the proclamations you've been receiving. Did you tell them about the letters from the president?
No, I didn't.
Well, can I mention it? A wonderful letter.
Feel free to do so, sure.
Reagan sent you. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
And, of course, Ed Todd sent a letter.
I have...
You're too modest.
Well, you know, Paul, there are certain things... you know, there are people that take exception to something like that, and you don't like to say it. I'm glad you mentioned it, because it's something that means a great deal to me. And they're an original by the President of the United States.
He specifically mentioned that the Irish Echo is going to dedicate a supplemental issue on the 26th to your coverage of the parade.
That was all the work of Frank Cowell. And, you know, he came out of a sickbed to come down here this afternoon. Fine guy. Really fine person.
It's quite a day for you, Jack.
I'm filled with emotion, Paul.
Sure
and it's pardonable. It has to be. You know, to go through what I've gone through since going to Mass, being at the cathedral, to have our Cardinal call me up, stand next to him, and say the words he spoke.
It was wonderful of the Cardinal to call you up like that.
No, I couldn't say anything. All I could do is just feel overcome with emotion. And,
do you think it'll help your golf game?
No. That's, Paul, thank you.
I thought I'd have to bring you back to earth.
No, that's right. I'm glad you said that, because, you know, I got to thinking about the thing, and you start to remember, and before you know it, being Irish, I'm reliving the thing, and the next thing you know, my eyes become, come on. Hello, well, here he comes again. Come over here. Yeah. You know my good friend Jim Moriarty, don't you? Julio, I think this is worth an encore. Hey, listen, move that hat back further on your head. I want the people to see exactly how... There you are. Jim, now, I'll hold the mic. You hold all the tools and you build all these things, and that's a great skill. But I hold this because this is your... Yeah. Jim Moriarty, thank you for building this spacious reviewing stand for me.
Well, the main thing, are you comfortable and are you warm?
Couldn't be. I mean, you have a heater here. You have a nice stool. I have Duffy's coat.
That's it.
And I have your good wishes.
Well, we aim to please.
Did you get Did you get your Irish people to the airport on time?
Yes, they did.
They got there on time?
Yes, they made the flight.
Good.
I just called there about 10 minutes ago, and they said that they were out there.
Jim and I will be breaking bread at the Friendly Sons dinner tonight.
It's going to be a great night as usual.
It's a wonderful evening.
Too bad Peter couldn't join us.
Well,
we would love with that slight,
he's with his wife, and he's with the baby, and the folks will meet Peter and the little general in short order. Yeah.
Great day.
It has. It has been so. I said to Paul Dillon, it seemed like I've been filled with emotion from the time I woke up this morning until the present time.
Well,
but
there's nothing missing, you know.
No.
When I was here at 7 o'clock this morning to see that the stage was all set and everything else, it was very, very windy and cold. And I said, oh my God. But thank God, you know, things improved, and with the sun coming out.
Well, thank God for the wind, and thank God for Duffy.
That's right.
Because he made sure that he insisted. You know, he insisted. He said, well, all right. With enough of that, okay? We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away.
Born in fire and bursting with color.
Yes, friends, color racers. Now you can design your own special Hot Wheels in seconds with a little cold water. Ooh. White Corvette becomes red. Yellow Jeep becomes green. Cool CX-4 becomes cooler. And these special paint jobs come on 12 different Hot Wheels. Wow. It's amazing.
Wow. Color racers, sold in 3-packs, not for use with some sets. New from Hot Wheels.
Now, Sega challenges you to experience Segascope 3D. 3D so real, it puts the action right in your face. Not even 3D effects like these can match what you'll see through these amazing Segascope 3D glasses. Games and accessories sold separately. And nothing but the experience itself can give you the challenge and excitement of Sega games like Zaxxon 3D, coming soon. And Missile Defense 3D. Segascope 3D, only on the Sega system. Sega, the challenge will always be there.
I love your banana clip. That's Faz. I love your eyeshadow. That's Faz. Faz, Faz, Faz is fun. Cosmetics and jewelry all in one.
Faz, real makeup in wow now colors to mix and match and wear on fun Faz jewelry.
I love the way you look. I love your jewelry. Faz, Faz, Faz is fun. Cosmetics and jewelry all in one.
Faz jewelry sold with 1 or 2 makeup compacts. Other compacts sold separately.
Faz is fun.
Sound of the bagpipes of the Saffron Kilts from Long Island. Gentlemen, we salute you. Now, Rosine Doom, Dark Rosaline. Do not... How are you, sir? Good. Do not sorrow and do not weep. A poem. The pipe band from Our Lady of Knock, East Islip, New York. The traditional St. Patrick's Day parade. The town grew up around, starting back, as I mentioned, 1762. As a child, I can remember living on the east side of New York, going up onto the roof and being able to see the spires of St. Patrick's Cathedral. That was a long, long time ago. Here now. Nahazuk High School from Monroe, Connecticut. Here now is their time. I thought they had buried poor old McNamara, but he's been resurrected. We've heard him 2 or 3 times too in the afternoon. The reviewing stand happened a few times this afternoon as the parade passes in review. There is the chairman of the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee with the Grand Marshal of today's parade and the happy occupants of that particular part of the stand. The Ancient Order of Hibernians, Kings County, Brooklyn, New York. The proudest man on Fifth Avenue, William J. Burke from Tubbacurry in County Sligo. And there he is, Major Peter Michael McCarthy. Where is he sitting, by the way? Can somebody tell me? Where? There they are, one man's family. My son, his wife, and the little fellow. We call him the little general, Michael Christopher McCarthy. And he has so much vitality, he wears you out just looking at him. There you are. He's not going to stop moving. He'll be all over that place. And then it'll be about 8 o'clock tonight. Look, you see what I mean? Yep, look at this. Seeing is believing. That's what happens when a 5-year-old suddenly realizes that things are getting a little bit dull. So yeah, what an attractive looking young lady. And what an exciting picture this makes. This parade stretching all the way down Fifth Avenue, but it catches character once it comes out from the canyons of cement and steel to the park area. And it just seems to catch the true St. Patrick's flavor. Will you not agree? Good man. You better.
But I disagree.
Dear. Oh, dear. This is it. Just great way to spend the day. 40 years to be received the way I've been received this afternoon. Here, Notre Dame. Yeah. What part of the odds, be great or small, old Notre Dame will win overall as her loyal sons go marching onward to victory.
Getting ready for Lou Holtz tonight.
You bet. That's going to be an occasion.
I'd like to hear him speak. I understand he's quite an inspiration in the locker room at halftime.
He is a motivator.
Yep.
He's a motivator. And we, at breakfast time this morning, just having to strike up a conversation with a man who's from Notre Dame over here with him. And, of course, with Peter talking about his beloved Notre Dame Fighting Irish and I joining in, he would be taking Lou down to the dinner. It's going to be an occasion with Antonin Scala.
2,500 men?
Yep. Here we are.
We have another guest.
Yes, and I think from his attire, sir, would I be remiss in saying that you hold an office of some significance over in Ireland?
Well, I'm the mayor of Wexford in Ireland.
The Kennedys emigrated.
Kennedy country.
Yes, indeed.
And Commodore John Barry.
Yes, and
we're over here promoting a festival we have in June, an Irish-American festival, the very first one ever. And we're holding one between the 18th and 26th of June, and we hope to attract a lot of our people from here over for it.
You know, I would never forgive myself if I did not ask you your name.
My name is Dominic Kiernan.
Dominic Kiernan.
Kiernan,
You
yeah.
know, Kiernans are in my...
Longford and Cavan area.
That's my father was from Longford.
Yeah.
And my mother was from Cavan.
Cavan, yeah.
And the Kiernans from up around there.
That's
As a
great.
matter of fact, my great-grandfather, McCarthy, married a Kiernan.
Really?
And it could be that we're related.
It could be.
And
by the way, you're leaving your job this year. If you're looking for the deputy, I'll be out of work in July. I'm out of office in July.
Really? Well, when you're not deputizing people all over, what do you do over in Ireland?
Well, apart from that, I'm an auctioneer and I've various other businesses as well.
All right, I have a piece of Waterford crystal. Let me see how you'd auction that off. You go ahead.
Sure. Well, what am I bid for the Waterford crystal? Somebody bid me £25 to start, £25 bid will say £30, £30 bid will say £35. And so it goes on.
Spoken like a real auctioneer. I wonder how you do on cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I've given them up, thank God.
That makes two of us.
Yeah.
I
It's
packed
great
it
to be
in.
off them.
Yeah, well, it's
marvelous to be
you're
off.
only doing yourself a favor.
Indeed, yeah,
No.
indeed we are. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for coming by.
I want to thank you for having me here.
And it's always nice to know that if we go back far enough, we could be related.
We could be indeed, Jack. And
Yeah,
the best
Kieran.
of luck to you in your retirement. And you've been doing a marvelous
Wait a
job
minute,
all over the years.
Paul, every once in a while they bring up that horrendous word retirement.
Well,
I've retired
yeah.
from active participation in television things,
Yes, yeah.
and because of an infirmity that has beset me. But I'm not retiring.
You've loads of work more to do, I'm sure.
With the grace of God.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You're
coming
very
by.
kind. Thank you very much.
Right,
for
we'll
having
be
me.
back.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
I'm a My Little Pony mommy with the pony family. And there's a satin slipper sweet shop. Wanna take them here with me? Where Scoops is serving ice cream that's as great as it can be. I'm a My Little Pony mommy. I love to treat my family. I'm a My Little Pony mommy. Now I'm happy as can be. 'Cause the satin slipper sweet shop is in my family.
My Little Pony Satin Slipper Sweet Shop from Hasbro.
Ready for some rock and roll, that's Wacky Wild Kool-Aid style. Wacky Wild.
Makes me wacky.
Tastes so wild. Wacky Wild Kool-Aid style.
Kool-Aid soft drinks.
Oh, yeah. New Transformers are here. Now, Twin Nebulons transform into weapons that new Target Master Autobots need. Target Master Transformers. They've got the power to surprise. And the Twin Nebulons can also form a super weapon. Target Master Transformers. They've got the power to surprise. But the Decepticons have new Target Masters, too. Target Master Transformers. They've got the power to surprise. Each Target Master comes with 2 transformable Nebulon figures.
Yes. Look down the Queen of Avenues now. And now you can see what I called your attention to a short time back. The wind is starting to shift. And that wonderful Irish saying, may the wind be always at your back and God hold you in the hollow of his hand. Well, it'll be a little bit more difficult now because it's starting to turn around. And it is my considered opinion that before we leave the Queen of Avenues this afternoon, the wind will be blowing down Fifth Avenue, and it will create a bit of a problem for the marchers that are carrying the banners. Bronx County Ancient Order of Hibernians. a real Irish face. When I heard Maureen speak of Donegal, my mind went back there. And a newfound friend who came to this country, oh, not too very long ago, Dan Kelly, and a very enterprising Irishman. He went into business for himself. He knew wood and how it should be handled. Furniture business, and now he's known across the length and the breadth of the land. But I was having breakfast one morning, and he asked me to join him, and it was there my great pleasure, and it was fortunate that I was there at that moment. I met Emmett O'Connell. Emmett O'Connell, native New Yorker from the South Bronx around St. Jerome's, spent 6 months in Ireland and 6 months traveling around the world because he is into oil and whatever. He's a miner, right? And he took time to tell me about the Silver Kings and the Comstock Lode out in Nevada. A fascinating story of these 4 Irishmen. 3 definitely from Dublin, 1 from New York, who was a delivery boy before he made his way west and became one of the Silver Kings. And that church is now, it's an antique practice because it's called St. Mary's of the Mountain. But Emmett O'Connell, busy as he is, took the time to research this and send me the book, Paul, and I'm deeply appreciative. He's quite a man, and I enjoy his company. Really fine. And Dan, well, what can I say about him other than anytime he's around, I enjoy having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with him. Yep.
Met Hal, didn't I, last year at the Hal Madden? Is that who you're doing?
Yeah, oh, I'll tell you. Real man. Yeah. Real man. Great big family.
Yeah.
Devoted.
I think I met his sons, too, at the Friendly Sons.
Yes, but the queen of the whole thing, Mary.
Yeah.
She is just the day I'll bet you she hasn't changed 5 years from the day she married him. She's amazing. A perfectly beautiful, beautiful lady. And he is, well, as I say, a hell of a guy.
Yeah.
And Irish, and maybe I'll see him tonight.
You probably will.
Sure.
They'll all see you.
Oh, gosh. St. Raymond's Elementary School from East Rockaway. 1 year early on in the parade, we ran a commercial as they came by, and did I ever get it? But unfortunately, people will say, I did it. No, as Mike Shear said at the start of this program, we have a commercial, roughly speaking, every 11 minutes or thereabouts.
Yeah.
So when he calls for a commercial, I have to say, we'll be back.
Yeah.
And it's not Jack McCarthy. I would like to be able to present this parade from start to finish, but unfortunately...
But you can't do it without commercials.
You better believe it, but some people can't seem to understand that. But I'm glad you do, and I'm glad you brought it to my attention. So, now, have you met my friend Connie Doolin?
No, I haven't.
Well, he was one of the great Irish hurlers from Cork. And I love his name. His name is Cornelius Finbar Joseph Doolin. And, he's sales manager for Guinness Harp. And he spearheaded this thing on my part where they went into detail to find out if what I did actually happened. And I owe it to Connie and to Marty Appel. They got together and said, sure, I mean, he'll be doing this thing for 40 years. And that's how I was able to get into the Guinness Book of Records, thanks to a Cork man. And, you know, I've been having a little trouble with my leg. I had trouble with the other one, but a wonderful Cork man by the name of Patrick O'Leary, Lennox Hill Hospital 5 years ago. He went in and gave me a new hip. And he said to Don Smith, our friend, that I made a classic recovery. And
you certainly did. I remember seeing you jogging like a month after the surgery.
I don't know, but
you weren't supposed to do that.
No, as a matter of fact, okay, but I intend to see him once again because what I have now, and I'll leave it up to Patrick O'Leary to decide exactly what I should do. He's no longer doing hips, he's doing spines, but he is one fantastic orthopedist, and he's proud of the fact that he's from Cork, as is Cornelius Finbar Joseph Doolin. That's what it's all about. The people that I've met along the way, meeting you for all the headaches you've given me. You have your good points. never conceded a two-foot putt in your life. And here we are today, and we're fast friends.
Well, you got to get that hip fixed in a hurry so you can get back out on the golf course.
Well, I have full intention, but if I can't play this year, I'll have to go to the attention of the folks up at Wpix, and I imagine there'll be a show understanding and sympathy.
If your recovery is as fast as it was the last time you had that hip operation, I think you'll be playing by June.
Well, I think Dr. O'Leary will be the one to decide one way or another what I should do. Fancy looking person, black, dark hair, tall, great way, and evidently gifted. A big Arion. About the carry-on that you feel when you hear that melody.
I love it. It makes my blood.
Yeah, it does. It reaches. You know, you consider that it was played that fateful day at Little Bighorn, Custer, and the town nearest the battlefield is named Garryon, and it comes from little town Limerick, Garryon, and 69th. You'd say that's their signature song. And when they play that at the start of a parade, if you are Irish or Irish American, it reaches deep down and touches your heart. And it makes you remember that we never, ever had it so good. Right?
That's the truth.
You know, one way or another, immigrants, right? Here with nothing as we came.
You know, we really see that at a night like tonight, too, at the Friendly Sons dinner, when we see so many men who have prospered, and we've been able to assimilate very well into the population.
Well, it has been my contention that they have succeeded in every conceivable field of endeavor. You know, I just mentioned O'Leary. That's medicine. I can name other doctors and lawyers. You know, the Irish lawyer, the man with the gift of words. Last night, a wonderful, wonderful concert sung by Frank Patterson. Glorious voice, glorious voice. And wherever he appears, you do well to hear him. Sings with great heart. Quality of tenor voice is so well-rounded, and he controls it beautifully. Well, that's the singing and time of war, huh? Awarding the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Oh, my Lord.
Yep, 65% awarded to Irishmen.
It's an amazing percentage.
Yeah, and it's never won. And the greatest number of them awarded posthumously. And the first Congressional Medal of Honor ever awarded was to Bernard Irwin, a Dublin-born surgeon. And Irwin Army General Hospital in Fort Riley, Kansas, is named after the fighting Irish doctor.
Is that right?
Yeah, a bit of trivia.
How do you remember all of this? You're amazing.
No, it's just that I love it. It's
a treasure trove of...
No, but the thing is, people have asked me, I grew up with this. I say this with pardonable pride, that before I learned the Gettysburg Address, I knew the closing lines of Robert Emmet's speech. And I'll tell you something else. My daughter, Tara Siobhan McCarthy, spoke.
Lovely lady.
She is. Graduated summa cum laude.
Very talented lady,
yes.
too.
And she had to give a speech at George Washington University, and she did those lines. And when we went down for her graduation, the professor said, that afternoon, she was, in all truth, an Irish rebel. Really, and my pride and joy.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Pete's not a bad speaker either.
No.
And he has to remember, both of those people have to remember that I helped them with their arithmetic.
Celtic mystics.